So Sony is in some pretty big hot water at the moment because they've decided to do something that a lot of people really didn't want them to do, especially properly. So a lot of people love Helldivers. Helldivers is just such a big hit, and yeah, a lot of people love it. So this is the statement that Helldivers devs put out to people that Sony probably forced them to put out. Due to lack of issues with the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirement for Steam with the PSN to be a temporarily optional. That grace period is now expired. See details below. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studio games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling banning of players that engage in that type of behaviour. It also allows those players to have been banned the right to appeal. As such, of the May the 6th, all new Helldivers players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account, a PSN account. Current players on Steam will have a mandatory login from May the 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation account by June the 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to use by signing up to this link. We understand while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us continue better, build a, the bullshit that most companies put, build a better community. Yeah, shut up. So, yes, it's been known. Obviously, it's been on the Steam page for ever since the game launched. However, why on earth didn't you fix the problem before maybe launching the game and try to find something? And I don't get this whole technical problem because you could still log in to Sony to thing. And again, it's the way it's communicated which is kind of annoying. And I think Sony, are idiots for the way they've just done all of this thing. And to be quite honest with you, it's a company that I think should be getting the slam it is. The dev team shouldn't. I know the dev team, unfortunately, have been getting a lot, and I think they've probably been getting death threats. You can't be sending that to the dev team. It's not fair. It definitely isn't fair. They're just trying to create a great game, and I don't think that's a problem in that sense. Even the CEO of Arrowhead Studios, which is the studios behind Helldivers, has come out and said, listen, we don't really have anything to do with that side of the game. We just want to create good games, and we want to create games that people love, playing, which is not a bad thing to say. I mean, he was pretty like, yeah, we want to continue to make games that people love and people enjoy. It's unfortunate this whole thing has happened, but it's very understandable why people are pissed off, which is WCO. I think that's the very good response. So, how does people respond to this? And, well, I'm sure it's a great response, right? Yeah, the community, being the community, responds very well to this information. By responding very well, I mean, holy shit, they're pissed off. And again, I'm glad people are. I'm glad people don't let corporate fucks like this, take over and demolish them and ruin the games that they love, which is great. I love that type of behavior. So, what do you expect to happen? Well, the Steam page was absolutely review bombed. I mean, mostly negative. 22% of 169,000 reviews are mostly negative. Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy. And mixed reviews, it's turned from mixed. I think it was positive. It's now changed to mixed. Wow, that is incredible. I mean, yeah, it's May the 1st, a bunch of, and then May the 3rd, a bunch of negative reviews came in, which is crazy, to be honest. A list of countries where people can't use PSN. And this is another thing as well. So the outrage kind of is, about having to log in and this. You shouldn't really have to do that. But the main focus on the main annoyance of this is the fact that Sony really had shit communication with where the PSN accounts, where they're supported. Now, it's unfortunate this because a lot of players who are in unsupported regions, which I'm sure there's a fair amount, can't enjoy this game anymore because they're at risk of getting banned and terminated. If they create an account, they will get completely banned from the game. And, I've seen some on Reddit where people have been banned trying this method. Don't try it. In my opinion, I would just go and get a Steam refund or maybe contact PlayStation support and try to get some insights on, if you can do this or not. Because I wouldn't just go and create an account and, you could be at the risk of getting banned, and that's not worth it in that sense. Don't risk your whole account going down and the whole game going down and becoming unplayable for you, because it'll just show a screen saying, oh, you've been banned, and it'll take you to a link that'll take you to some support page that'll try and appeal it. But I don't think they'll appeal it because they'll realise, oh shit, you're in a territory that really shouldn't be doing this, which is unfortunate to say the least. And again, the community, in my opinion, reacted great. It didn't overreact, and I could understand how and why they reacted like this. And it was more this. So the frequently asked questions on the PlayStation site, where you can find out, what's frequently asked. So you put in the search bar a question, and if it's being frequently asked, it will come up. And, you can click on it and learn more about it. Not everything's going to be frequently asked, obviously. Either way, frequently asked questions. This was before May the 3rd, which was when this whole shit show happened, and when they decided to drop the bomb on most of the players. It said this: do I have to sign into a PSN to play PlayStation games on PC? Signing into a PSN is optional when playing games on PC, which I thought was the whole thing for Helldivers. Just because it says PlayStation, account required, it says that for other games and you can, skip them. Either way, no. They backtracked that shit very quickly, it looks like. Do I have to sign into PSN to play PlayStation games? Some PlayStation games may require you to sign in and link an account for PSN. Wow. I don't know why are they forcing this now, for all players? Why don't you give it as an option? Do people want an option to have that? Oh, do you want an option to sign into PlayStation Plus? PSN, sorry. Do you want an option to do that? Okay, you don't want an option, but fair enough. Because it may. There's going to be apparently a pop up. Ghosts of Tsushima, is that how you say it? That's the next game that will be requiring a PSN logging. Now, I don't know if that's going to affect the gameplay or anything. Unfortunately, that's going to really damage the game in its upcoming thing. PlayStation have kind of damaged the future of ever trying to get more sales from countries that aren't really supported, which is very unfortunate. Either way, the community manager, put out this response before changing his quickly. It's not like the first time, or even the 14th mainstream game to require a third-party account. That takes a couple of minutes to create. But if it's a deal breaker to have to take 120 seconds out of your day to enter an email and a password, and then forget about it, and then change your Steam change your Steam review and make your displeasure known on a platform where it matters. Fair enough. So, why are some people mad as well? Well, in the UK, I don't know if this is the UK, but I'm sure it might come to other countries. You need an ID to verify. You need to either take a picture of your face or you need an ID, which is, in my opinion, a lot of work just to sign into a PlayStation account that you'll probably end up using maybe a few times for a few PlayStation exclusive games on PC. Seems a bit extreme, that. I don't really get why you need all that. No, obviously it's probably the UK law, which is fair enough, but still, it just seems a bit extreme to me, and that's going to put a lot of people off. Oh man, I have to put an ID, I have to do all this shit just to sign up for an account, just to, log in because you require me to log in like this. It seems a little bit extreme. So, the community manager bounced back and then said this. Spitz. Yeah, I was completely unaware on how many countries didn't have the ability to make a PSN account when I made that a statement. I deeply regret implying that it was too easy for everyone to just sign up and not have to worry about it. It's absolutely not our intention to force people to break Sony TOS, or it's just not to play the game in a restricted area. There needs to be a better solution. And, well, it looks like that solution has been kind of resolved now and put out. Helldivers 2 update. I don't get why they didn't do this in the first place, to be honest, but they've done it. The game is now unavailable to purchase on Steam in tons of countries due to PSN login requirements. Yes, you heard that correctly. Apparently this game will now only support 70 countries, which is very low. I would have thought that they'd come up with a better solution, maybe, like allowing people to use their PSN, but it looks like if you are in an unsupported region, it looks like you can't even play any PlayStation exclusive games on PC. Wow. That is extreme in my opinion, but I understand they probably should have done this type of thing in the first place. I hope people... Steam is now approving refunds requests for players, even if they've played over 2 hours. 100k negative reviews since the change was announced. Community managers, I encourage gamers to share their thoughts in reviews to pressure Sony. This is pretty cool. I like it. I think I know what Sony tried to do. They tried to pull a stunt to try and get loads of people to buy Helldivers 2 and then switch it back so they cook everyone. I don't know why PlayStation do it. Is it so they can artificially inflate more accounts to investors and look we got more, look at all these new accounts, bro, this is a good thing. When in reality they're just PC accounts. Or is it so they can track sales better through that? I don't know what their whole reason is. I've heard that apparently they're bringing trophy support for for PlayStation PC games, so you can actually earn trophies in the game you're playing, which I guess is pretty cool. I don't know if when they're gonna probably add that. There's apparently a PlayStation pop-up that's going to be coming as well, which, a little, pop-up like Steam has to, I assume, check your, achievements and stuff like that. But this could have all been solved by just not selling the game in them countries, especially on PC. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to be devastated. I'm sure there was a better solution around this for Sony to do. I'm sure they could have said, okay, if you're in these countries, you're not really required to use a Sony ID. Or they could have, I don't know, found some workaround for them. Instead of just saying, well, here you go, fuck you, you can't play this game anymore. Which is, in my opinion, pretty fucking horrible. Now, I don't know how many players are in affected regions, but from what I've seen, a fair amount of people are probably not going to be able to play their game by tomorrow. And that's very unfortunate. And I'm sure a lot of people in other countries maybe wanted to play this game on PC, and now, well, they can't because it's unavailable in their region. Which, I know a lot of people that say, I know the PlayStation fans have taken this very, anti-Sony. If you and I'm not saying everyone's like this, but some deep hardcore PlayStation fans, any hate directed towards Sony, even if it's valid hate, hate that is completely valid and justifiable hate towards Sony. PlayStation fans will always step in and start saying, you guys are crybabies and this and this, and oh, you can do that, you can do this. Like, it's like, stop defending Sony in these type of situations. I mean, Sony has kind of been known to be pretty fucking greedy with exclusivity stuff. Even when it comes to like Call of Duty and that, they've been known to fucking greedy as hell, And it's a shame, really, but I guess that's how they've built up that loyalty fan base, and maybe Xbox hasn't as much. But still, god damn, it's pretty bad. And then obviously they try to go, oh, well, no one cried about Sea of Thieves when you had to log in with Microsoft. I'm pretty sure that caused a pretty big outrage a few years back when when Sea of Thieves came out for PC. I'm pretty sure that caused quite a huge backlash. But I think a lot of people just realised, oh shit, well, clearly there's nothing, big corporations like this, they ain't going to back down, unless every single person refunded the game, then they may change their mind, but let's be honest, a bit of negative reviews really ain't going to stop them, are they? They ain't going to stop them from fucking up a game or, adding something people just do not want. So the reviews are still coming in, and people are very pissed off, which I guess is, it's understandable why people are pissed off with this game. Very understandable why people are pissed off with Sony and how Sony treated this. Again, it could have been solved by just not allowing the sale of these games, or this game. They've put a notice, this game only supports Japanese interface / voice with customers in Japan. Well, we obviously know it's going to be available in Japan, don't we? It looks like that's an unfortunate move for them, but it looks like how they go. They haven't given an update properly to that, but it looks like that is the go-ahead. It looks like they're... Which, again, I don't understand why this couldn't be solved simply. Sony just seems to try and pull a stunt that pisses off the community and pisses off how everybody wants to just play a game and enjoy it. And clearly, the PC community has been very much enjoying Helldivers 2, and I don't blame them. It's a very good game. I like playing it on PC. Unfortunately, I have been forced to log into my PSN, but it is what it is, Thank God I'm in a country that is supported by PSN, but that's a very unfortunate move from Sony. Wow. Hopefully they one day find a workaround, because Ghost of Tsushima probably will be affected by this as well, which is unfortunate, and I'm sure many games in the future. I don't know what they're going to do to previous titles, PlayStation titles on Steam. Are they going to go the same route? Are they going to start cutting the countries they're sold in? Because, well, you need to sign into your PlayStation account. I would have thought signing into your PlayStation account would have been maybe optional. Bearing in mind, Helldivers, and a lot of people compare it to, Ubisoft and EA and stuff like that. Number one, most of them companies, they require you to log in with an account because it's cross-progression. That is kind of why I don't mind logging into an account there, because most of it is cross-progression. So if you play it on PlayStation, guess what? You can go ahead and play the exact game on fucking PC, and you have all of your stuff there. None of it's disappeared. It's all on the same account. And once it's linked, you don't ever need to link it again and go through all the bullshit. It's always connected, and it's pretty simple to link. It's not no frustrating thing, and it doesn't force you to link it like that. Now, I understand but there's no cross-progression, I don't think, in Helldivers, which, if they're going to really do the whole PSN thing, wouldn't you have thought maybe would have got cross-progression, the ability for PlayStation 5 players to just jump on the PC version and, play off where they left off type of thing. I don't know. It's a bit of a messy thing. Sony have really put their foot in this one this time and kind of shown how greedy they can be. Maybe not for money, but for control. But man, I hope poor devs. They're the ones who are going to be getting most of the backlash for this, and it's a very unfortunate moment indeed. But I hope the people who are in a country or a region where you can't play this game, hopefully they get a refund through Steam, and hopefully if ever Sony comes around and works with a workaround for this, and maybe says, okay, for these countries, we found a workaround on this and this, or I think it's just going to either not allow people to play in them certain regions, which is pretty unfortunate, but I guess that is what it is. I think China is restricted. PSN is restricted in China, so a lot of maybe Chinese players who maybe would have enjoyed Helldivers 2 probably can't now because, well, it's restricted there. And I know a lot of people, well, why didn't you check before this? Probably because it didn't force you to log in. So a lot of people probably thought it was just an optional thing. It gave the option to skip, so everyone was like, oh, fair enough, it's just an option, maybe you want to have it for trophies and stuff like that, or, connect it to maybe, I don't know, see your friends list or whatever. But, not forcing it. So it is what it is. The outrage is kind of justifiable. I can understand both sides. Yeah, Crybaby, you can make an account in a few minutes, and then I can understand the outrage of people, this and this, But it is what it is. I hope both parties and all parties can resolve some type of thing instead of just saying, fuck you, you can't play this game. But, hey, it is what it is. Sony, once again, taken a big stinker on this one.